2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hi Luke, great to be here. As this event kicks off, our featured group consists of two players who appear to have entered into quite the rivalry.
So it looks like they aim to beat Justin Thomas. Should add a bit of extra excitement to our coverage today, Henny.
Oh, that goes without saying, Luke, but Justin Thomas will not be easy to beat. I don't think there's a more competitive man out there on tour.
No, you're absolutely right there. He's a complete player. It'll certainly be interesting to keep an eye on this rivalry throughout the event.
Oh, look at that. You don't want that ball back.
Rich, what kind of mojo do you think this player's got after winning in their last start?
This player has more confidence, I believe, than any other player in the field at the moment. This should be another good week for him.
I know it hasn't come up exactly how they imagine in their mind, Rich, but you've got to like that play.
Didn't quite have the distance to get there, but left themselves in a good spot.
And he's down there. You got to read.
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill, bit of extra juice needed.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it?
Putting for a par now.
And that's an opening hole par for this player.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. And that should secure the par on this one. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4. Elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. Oh, terrific approach. And a chance for birdie here at the third.
Gotta like their chances from there.
And with that lovely play, they're now ahead of their rival. It's getting serious, isn't it?
Currently 1 under for the tournament. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
Oh, stop it. What a way to make your par.
And look out, guys. This rivalry looks like it's going to get pretty interesting today as he's making up some ground on his playing partner.
What an opportunity to make a birdie. Oh, so close. Big putt for par coming up. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
A spot in the top 10 awaits if they can make this putt.
That's frustrating. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. This is a par putt. Job done. Let's head to the next.
Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. The 6th hole at Riviera is one of the most famous par 3s on the West Coast, Rich. An absolute beauty.
It looks like a giant green donut with the bunker right in the center of the green, doesn't it? I love this hole. This one headed left and not coming back.
All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket.
And a par is all but guaranteed after that fantastic bunker shot.
That was a gallant attempt. This next putt is for bogey. That's frustrating. Should have made that.
Just a short putt remaining here.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement of the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
That had eyes for it. Lovely shot. And that'll be a big boost to his standings on the leaderboard. And let's have another look at that one.
I'm glad we get to see this again. This one should be practiced at home.
Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. Let's get back to it, shall we? The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose-your-own-adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flagstick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, The left-hand side of the fairway, that's not the easiest approach. So better be mindful of where that flagstick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
And this player seems to not be too intimidated having Justin Thomas in their group today. That was a fantastic shot into this green.
Lining up the birdie putt here.
They've got this putt to pull ahead of Justin Thomas. This group rivalry could get interesting.
John, what's going on out there?
Hey guys, we're checking in with Xander Schauffele as he gets set for his next shot here on the 14th.
Looks to be going with the 6-iron.
Yeah, that's a good line.
Oh, can you believe it?
I gotta say, Luke, hole-in-ones are rare, but getting to watch one on TV, yes!
The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the clubhouse, Rich. It's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Players setting up, trying to get up and down from the bunker. And here we are with their fourth. 4 shots behind our leader. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. It's just about 3 feet away. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on to the next. All right, Rich, we've made the turn now into the final 9. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, this has been entertaining so far, hasn't it? The players behind their rival at the turn, but that's just temporarily. They got 9 more holes to go, some good opportunities on the back 9 to catch them. Let's see how this all ends up.
Even for the day.
And from the greenside rough here.
And he needs this to save par.
It's looking solid.
Oh, that's good grit there.
Yeah, in the bunker off the tee, great recovery.
And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
And after that effort, that's how it looks. The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Attaboy, good shot. And here we are with the third shot. 5 shots off the lead. This would be a good putt to make, to move inside the top 20 on the leaderboard. Oh, just missed. Oh, these are good for the momentum, these ones, right on 8 feet.
This is important. Big par putt here.
That gets the job done.
So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par fours, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Now, this is a challenging one. A lengthy putt awaits.
And back to the course with the live action. Getting ready to play their third. 5 strokes behind our leader. Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Rich, the 13th hole. Slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
That was wonderfully done. 7 feet to the cup. Hang on, this looks pretty handy. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. Now 5 strokes behind. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hopping right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Good shot there.
Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
Okay, time to return to the action. Well, this will be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. Just didn't drop.
A par putt awaits.
And well holed. Let's move on. So no movement there. The player remains at even par. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
Judging it beautifully.
A par putt on the table.
This putt to tie Justin Thomas.
Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. The 16th at Riviera Ridge is the last chance to get amongst the birdies on a par 3.
A breathtaking short par 3, 166, an island green surrounded by bunkers.
Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one. Still counts.
Always nice to have a birdie putt.
This is buckets.
That's a big time putt, that one. And their rival knows it too. They heard the cheers. Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Oh, what a touch of class. Holds it from the sand. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. The last genuine scoring hole at Riviera is certainly this par 5 17th.
Any hopes of getting it home in 2, you better come up with something special off the tee and make sure to avoid the bunker on the right-hand side.
That looks to be a fairway finder to me. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? And here we are with the third shot. Currently 4 shots off the pace. Oh, that was a little loose, wasn't it? Not sure if that's what they're intending to do.
A bit short with that effort.
Oh, well played. Aren't you an expert in the bunker? He has this putt to save his par. Currently 1 under for the day. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome looking second.
This shot from about 190 yards out. 5 shots off the pace. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Left yourself an opportunity. And this putt for a final score of 69.
Looking good.
And that brings to an end his event. Sadly, no back-to-back victories here for this player, Rich, but you'd have to be impressed with their performance overall.
Luke, this player did everything to seal back-to-back wins on the PGA Tour. Unfortunately, coming up just a touch short. Still 2 awesome weeks.
Well, that was a thrilling day. And on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for your company. We look forward to the next time you join us.